Hi, Assalamualaikum. We are here to present our financial management project for FIN420. Our topic is a trend and comparative study of two companies, Arika Corporation Berhad and Sunway Construction Group Berhad. This project was prepared by me, Nur Sarah binti Syamsul Nizam, along with my group members, Wan Sakina binti Muhammad Jaril and Nur Anisa Tun Najah binti Muhammad Sam. Let's start with Sunway Construction or Suncon. They are one of Malaysia's top construction companies offering both design and construction services. You might know them for their work on big projects like the MRT and rail developments. They have been around since 1974, starting as Sungai Way Quarry and construction. Over the years, they have grown into a big player in both residential and large-scale infrastructure projects. But like any company, they face challenges such as rising material costs, project delays, and regulatory risks. Their vision to lead the region in construction, always aiming for quality, safety, and innovation. Next is Arika Corporation. They are an investment holding company and their main business is a property development and construction. Arika works on things like residential and commercial properties, industrial parks, and some pretty big infrastructure projects through their construction arm. Some of their most notable projects include part of the MRT line and expressway. They have also worked on shopping malls and office towers. Their challenges include managing finances, dealing with competition, and handling debt. As for their vision, they want to be a globally recognized company that delivers quality and creativity in everything they do.
Now let's see a comprehensive analysis of Erika's financial performance for fiscal year 2024 and quarter 1 fiscal year 2025. Let's dive into the key points that highlight the challenges the company is facing. First, let's look at the sales performance. In quarter 1 fiscal year 2025, Erika experienced a significant sales decline of 87.33% compared to quarter 1 fiscal year 2024. This indicates a step drop in revenue generation, reflecting potential challenges in market demand, operational inefficiencies, or increased competition. Moving on to profitability, Erika reported a sharp fall in net profit for quarter 1 fiscal year 2025. The company transitioned from a small profit of RM 0.14 million to a staggering loss of RM 3.55 million, a decline of 2,335.71%. This highlights severe financial strain during the period. Now looking at the revenue for fiscal year 2024, Erika generated RM 94.3 million. While this figure reflects the company's annual income, the significant challenges in quarter 1 fiscal year 2025 suggest that sustaining such revenue levels could be difficult moving forward. For fiscal year 2024, Erika recorded a net loss of RM 21 million. This ongoing loss-making trend raises concerns about the company's financial health and its ability to manage costs effectively. Lastly, the company's liquidity situation is troubling. As of June 30, 2024, Erika's current liabilities exceeded current assets by RM 158.18 million. This indicates that the company may struggle to meet short-term obligations, which poses a significant risk to its operation. Let's continue with the financial and operational analysis of Erika, focusing on the challenges and key takeaways from fiscal year 2024 and quarter 1 fiscal year 2025. Firstly, Erika is facing significant financial and operational difficulties. The company urgently requires restructuring and better operational efficiency to address these challenges. This highlights the need for strategic changes to ensure long-term sustainability. In quarter 1 fiscal year 2025, Erika reported sales of RM 36.36 million. Despite this, the company faced a massive net loss of RM 35.55 million during the same period. This indicates that revenue generation alone isn't sufficient to cover operational costs and liabilities, leading to further financial strain. Looking at the full year result for fiscal year 2024, Erika incurred a net loss of RM 58.8 million. However, this shows a slight improvement compared to the previous year loss of RM 62.4 million. While the reduction in losses is a positive sign, the overall financial health remains concerning. The company is also dealing with declining revenues, which is a critical issue. This trend not only impacts profitability but also reflects challenges in maintaining market share or competitiveness in its industry. In summary, Erika is navigating through a period of financial instability. characterized by losses, declining revenues, and operational inefficiency. To overcome these challenges, the company needs a focused approach to restructuring and enhancing its operational capabilities. Let's dive to the performance of Sunway Construction and analyze their growth over the financial year and quarterly updates. First, looking at the fiscal year 2023, revenue grew by an impressive 24.7%. This increase can be attributed to strong project executions. Additionally, net income saw a 7.32% increase, showcasing steady profit generation during this period. In the second quarter of 2024, revenue growth was recorded at 7.81% compared to quarter 2 2023. Net income during the same quarter surged by 17.88%, reflecting enhanced profitability. For quarter 3 2024, revenue stood at RM 865.33 billion, a 28% increase from RM 673.31 million in quarter 3 2023. Net profit for quarter 3 2024 reached RM 46.47 billion, marking a significant 33% growth from RM 35.01 billion in the previous year. Lastly, we observe a notable improvement in the profit margin, increasing from 5.2% in quarter 3 2023 to 5.4% in quarter 3 2024. Let's continue our comprehensive analysis of Sunway Construction, focusing on their financial health and strategic growth. Sunway Construction showcases strong financial health backed by robust revenue and profit growth. The company's order book, valued at 4.0 billion ringgit, ensures project visibility and stability for the next 2 to 3 years. In quarter 2 2024, revenue increased by 7.8%, reaching RM 651.2 million. Net income also saw a rise of 80%, amounting to RM 38.9 million for the quarter. One of the key drivers of growth includes strategic projects such as 3.2 billion ringgit data center. In fiscal year 2023, revenue surged by 24%, reaching RM 2.67 billion. Net income grew by 7.3%, amounting to RM 145.1 million, reflecting sustained profitability. With a strong order book and strategic initiatives, Sunway Construction remains well positioned for future growth and long-term stability.
As for Adeka Corporation Group, fine liquidity ratio reveals a concerning liquidity position with significant declines in the current ratio, good ratio, and net working capital over the 5-year periods. The company's ability to manage the short-term obligation has weakened.
Next one is activity ratio. This ratio indicates how efficiency of a company to utilize its asset to generate revenue. They measure the effectiveness of operations, including inventory management, asset turnover, and the collection of receivable. Higher ratio indicates a better operation effectiveness. As for Areca Corporation Berhad's activity ratio, also show a declining trend for over 5 years, except for average collection period.
Leverage ratio is used to reflect a company's financial structure and its ability to pay the long-term obligation. As for Eureka Corporation Berhad, it shows the company has no trouble to pay its debt and are able to meet its interest obligation.
Overall, Areca's Corporation Berhad profitability ratio face a very challenging period for the company. As example, the net profit margin has shown a very notable improvement, but operating losses and return on equity suggest that its core operation remains a concern. The liquidity ratio for Sunway Construction shows a declining trend. This is indicate slightly reduced ability to pay the short-term liabilities, although the company still maintain positive working capital. For activity ratio, Sunway Construction shows an inefficiency of managing resource. Meanwhile, the total asset turnover and average collection period remain stable.
The leverage ratio reflects increased financial leverage. As for Sunway Construction, both the debt ratio and debt to equity ratio showing an upward trend. The significant drop in times in time interest earned ratio in 2023 raises concern about the company's ability to meet its interest payment. Despite this, return on equity remains relatively stable. This indicates that shareholders' returns have not been heavily impacted by the increased leverage. The last one is profitability ratio. This ratio measures a company's ability to generate profit. It also provides an insight into how a company is managing its operation to generate earning. Overall, profitability ratio indicate a moderate decline in the gross profit and net profit margins, along with a minor reduction in return on assets and equity. Operating profit margin remain consistent, highlighting a stable operational performance despite reduced gross and net margin. As for a comparative analysis of a current ratio, Stanway Construction maintained a healthier liquidity position compared to Areca over a 5-year period. While both companies experienced a decline in their current ratios, Sunway Construction managed to keep its ratio above 1, ensuring a better coverage of short-term liabilities. Meanwhile, Areca's significant decrease indicates a potential liquidity challenges. For quick ratio, Sunway Construction maintained a better overall quick ratio, consistently staying closer to or above 1, indicating a better short-term financial stability. Meanwhile, Arica with ratios consistently below 1 demonstrates a weaker liquidity and less ability to meet current liabilities without depending on inventory. Over the 5 years, Sana Construction shows a resilience, while Arica faced a notable decline in its liquidity position. As for net working capital, Sunway Construction maintained a relatively stable liquidity position despite short-term fluctuation. Areca, meanwhile, experienced significant negative growth in net working capital over 5 years. For activity ratio of total asset turnover, Sunway Construction maintained a stable ratio, indicating effective use of assets in contrast of assets. In contrast, Eureka faced significant operational challenges as reflected by the sharp decrease in its total asset turnover. This signal reduced effective efficiency in generating revenue from its asset. For inventory turnover, Sunway Construction demonstrated more consistent and efficient inventory management, while Eureka operation experienced significant operational challenges with a major decline in inventory turnover over 5 years. As for average collection period, Sunway Construction maintained relatively stable credit management, while Areca faced significant challenges in receivable collection with a large increase in the average collection period over time. This indicates better overall operational efficiency for Sunway Construction compared to Areca Operation Group. Sunway Construction managed to keep its leverage relatively stable over a 5-year period, while Areca showed a significant and concerning rise in its debt ratio, indicating a higher financial risk. This highlights Sunway's stronger financial stability compared to Areca. As for debt to equity ratio, Sunway Construction demonstrated consistent and controlled growth in its debt to equity ratio, indicating a better leverage management. In contrast, Areca's negative ratio in 2023 and the sharp decline over the period suggests financial instability and higher risk. As for time interest rate, Sunway indicating a slight decrease in its ability to cover interest expenses. Sunway Construction showed a consistent performance with minor changes. Meanwhile, Areka improved interest coverage by 2023, although the instability in earlier years. As for gross profit margins, Sunway overall 5-year change was negative 0.24, showing a slight decline in gross profitability. Meanwhile, Areka change in 5 years was negative 3.99. This indicates significant negative profitability in 2023. Sunway operating profit margin improved slightly with a total 5-year change was 0.05. Meanwhile, Areka margin experienced a sharp decline from negative 10 in 2019 to negative 11.24 in 2023, indicating a worsening operational efficiency. And the total 5-year change was negative 11.14. Next is next profit margin. Next profit margin of Sunway Construction remained relatively stable. Meanwhile, Reka net profit margin showed significant fluctuation, starting at negative 10 in 2019, dropping to a negative 1.36 in 2020 in 2022, and then recovering to 9.98 in 2023. Next is a return on asset. Sunway relatively stable over 5 years, ending at 0.05 in 2023, with a slight overall decline of negative 0.23. Meanwhile, Areka had a negative return on asset in earlier years, but improved significantly to 0.32 in 2023, but showed a total 5-year change was a negative 9.26, indicating high variability. Last one is return on equity. Sunway shows a moderate fluctuation ending at 0.18 in 2023 with a minimal overall decline of negative 0.10. Return on asset on Areka remained negative for most years, but ending in negative 1.35 in 2023 with a 5-year changes of 9.26. This indicating ongoing challenges in generating returns for shareholders.
Lastly, for the conclusion, this comparison of Arica Corporation and Sunway Construction highlights two very different financial journeys. Arica's challenges remind us of the risks that come with poor financial management, inefficiencies, and heavy reliance on debt. On the flip side, Sunway Construction stands as example of how strong leadership, operational excellence, and smart financial planning can drive sustainable growth and profitability. The key takeaway here is clear: effective management and financial discipline are not just important, they are essential for long-term success. So that's all. Thank you for your time and attention. We hope this analysis has provided valuable insight into the importance of sound financial practices.